Welcome back, everyone. We're going to be looking now at Yoga Sutra 2.14. So we're going to go further into this discussion about these three ways in which the root causes, the mulas, remember that you're going to refer to those as the klesha mula, the root causes of the deeply colored or conditioned thoughts, they end up recurring in their birth, span, and experience. And in the last discussion, I talked with you about raga and dvesha. So we end up either wanting to pursue that pleasurable experience or wanting to avoid a painful experience. Now in this sutra we're told, hey, by the way, not only are these things going to keep recurring like this, but based on the nature of what they call merits or demerits, also called auspicious or inauspicious, virtue or vice, and these are referred to in the sutras as punya and apunya. Punya, auspicious, virtuous, meritorious, benevolent, and then apunya is the absence of those things. And so not only are these things going to recur by recurring birth, span, and experiences based on the quality of the thing, the quality of the thought, or the quality of the klesha mula, it's either going to be experienced by you as pleasurable or painful. And so all on its own, you're going to either get the sting of the pain or the temporary experience of the pleasure. And I think that's important to consider, that what we're talking about here in yoga is the temporary, the fleeting experience of pleasure. It's not the everlasting or abiding experience of pleasure, it's temporary. So keeping that in mind, there are three consequences of birth, recurring, duration, lifespan, and experiencing. And that comes out of our samskaras, our recurring karmashayas, our recurring movement through the circular nature of the mind. Those samskaras, karmashayas, they are imbued with either auspiciousness or inauspiciousness, and it's based on our actions and our conditioning. As a result of that, then what we have is things play themselves out. We end up taking action in reaction to some of those things, right? And so now we're escalating the cycle, because we're now taking actions from conditioning, but we're deepening the actions and the conditioning. So we have to be really thoughtful about that. So this sutra is just telling us, hey, it happens like this. It's either punya or apunya. We need to know this. And so the cause is either going to be more punya or more apunya. Okay, let's take a comfortable seat. Rest your hands in your lap. You're welcome to close your eyes. Let's imagine that you're standing at a fork in the road. One path leads to greater and greater pleasure, and the other to greater and greater pain. The pleasure will always be fleeting. You'll end up with the hungry ghosts, in the realm of the hungry ghosts. What that means is that the hunger is never satiated, the ghosts are never satisfied. On the pathway of aversion, we end up resisting and reacting and feeling more and more constricted in our lives. So as you stand at this fork in the road, breathe deeply into your body, arrive here in the present, and see each path for what they are, while gazing beyond the fork in the road to see this wider horizon of upekshanam, equanimity, santosha, contentment, and the deep recognition of your indwelling nature. Tat param purusha khyate guna vaitrishnam. You'll be getting closer and closer to the param purusha, the supreme purusha, as these vrittis, these samskaras, are fading. Raise your hands, inviting a more and more clear and spacious mind. And in honor of Sri Patanjali, Om Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Cha Vaijakena Yopakarotam pravaramuninam Patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You may bow your head to your heart if you like. And release your hands. You're welcome to open your eyes. So again, we're going to do one word at a time. Then we'll put a couple words together. And we'll do the whole sutra. Okay, so the words are going to be te, which means they or those. We're really referring to the last sutra. So those things referred to in the last sentence, just like you would talk in daily life if you were to say, can you pick up the spoons? They are in the kitchen, right? You don't say spoons again. So te means they or that, which we were just referring to. And then we're going to say hlada-paritapa pala. So hlada means pleasure or delight. Hlada. I sometimes think of, there's a name for ice cream in a different language. It's not gelato, but there's another word. Anyway, when I think of the word hlada in this particular sutra, it reminds me of the word ice cream in a different language, which does seem to have some delight until you've eaten too much of it and then can't get enough of it, and then you're having health problems, right? So hopefully that hasn't happened to you. And then we're going to hear the word paritapa, which means pain or agony. Paritapa, maybe if you ate the ice cream but you're lactose intolerant, now you have the pain and the agony, so it's called paritapa. And then we have pala, which means the fruits. Pala, it's not referring to food. When we say fruits, it means that which has been ripened, that is the outcome. So these things are either pleasurable or painful, and they create fruits. They create that from there. So you can think of how some plants and what nature is growing, some of them are deeply pleasurable for us and we love to eat them, and some are painful or prickly and we wouldn't eat it. So fruits here just refers to that which is born of, that which is given birth to, and it's going to come either from the pleasurable or from the painful. And then we have punya and apunya, two of my favorite words to say. Punya means auspicious and apunya means inauspicious. So virtuous or non-virtuous, auspicious or inauspicious. And then we have hetu dvat, and hetu means the cause. So we're basically finishing this sutra by saying there's a cause to these things. They all have as their cause these circular thoughts coming around again and again, have at their root, part of their cause is they're either auspicious or inauspicious. They're going to keep coming around like this. Okay. Te, 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 hlada, 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 pari, 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 tapa, 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 palaha, 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 punya, 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 apunya, 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 hetutvat, 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 hetutvat. Now, two words together. Te hlada, te hlada, te hlada, te hlada, paritapa, 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 palaha, 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 palaha,
Punya, 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 hetutvat, 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 hetutvat. Now the first half and the second half. Te hlada-paritapa palaha, te hlada-paritapa palaha, te hlada-paritapa palaha, te hlada-paritapa palaha. Punya, punya hetutvat, punya, punya hetutvat, punya, punya hetutvat, punya, punya hetutvat. Yoga Sutra. Te hlada-paritapa palaha, punya, punya hetutvat. Te hlada-paritapa palaha, punya, punya hetutvat. Te hlada-paritapa palaha, punya, punya hetutvat. Te hlada-paritapa palaha, punya, punya hetutvat.
Rest your mind within your body. Imagine yourself not being swayed by the apunya, the non-virtuous, the non-auspicious. As you imagine this quality of freedom to choose the wider horizon, that greater sense of contentment, santosha, or equanimity, upekshanam. Now let's imagine that the whole of humanity starts to glimpse the importance of non-grasping, non-clinging, not repeating or perpetuating the inauspicious. Please raise your hands to your heart. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much for sharing your time and making this commitment, which is also a commitment, of course, to yourself, but as well to the collective teachings and the greater good. Thank you very much. Namaste.